And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, Attorney John Johnson reviews the law. Do you ever wonder how much time you would get for the crimes you commit in Sub Rosa? I'll tell you right now, it's life. Everyone would get life, right away. No second chances, just life. But let's explore other things that aren't murder, like every red light you run. For every light you run, you're charged a few $100 in the real world. In 1985 dollars, that's $80. So take that as you will. Parking laws vary from place to place, but given the non-existence of turn signals, I'd say a lot of this doesn't count. But you would all be arrested for not signaling, parking in no parking zones, driving on parks, etc. Breaking windows is blatant destruction of property, meaning you'd have to pay 10 grand or 3 times the value of it. And as I said in math, you know that it costs anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000. If it's valuable enough, you'd be hit with 5 years in prison, so look out. If you steal someone's turbo, that's Grand Theft Auto and is classified as larceny. If you rob someone without a gun, you'd only get 1 year. But everyone is armed in this game, so it's only 6 months. I'm just kidding, it's always life. Everything is a life sentence. Of course judges don't always give life sentences, but in Sub Rosa you're all violent criminals and repeat offenders. What if I kill someone? Well then that's just plain old homicide. If you kill someone, it's life. If you kill someone, go somewhere else, and kill someone else, you're a serial killer. If you kill more than 4 people in one sitting, you're a mass murderer. But what if I accidentally kill someone? Life! It's life in prison! You're gonna have to prove that you didn't have intent, and that's gonna be tough when you massacred OXS 5 minutes ago. Given the year this game is set and the death penalty is still a thing, you're all getting the gas chamber. Now, for self-defense, you can go home scot-free. Just kidding, it's also a life sentence. Hey, that's fake. Self-defense is a real defense. No, Kraken, it's not. You can't just kill someone and tell the cops it was in self-defense. There has to be proof. Otherwise, you can kill anyone in the game and say, "Oh, he was coming at me with a rifle. I was afraid for my life." And yes, people go to jail for self-defense all the time. Look at this news story that happened yesterday. This guy was charged with murder for doing just that. Murder is murder, and just because someone is stealing your disc doesn't mean you can kill them. Seriously, the law says your life is more important than your property. So if you're being robbed, the legal thing to do is give them the things they want. And this is true in all states. Even in Texas, self-defense only applies for life, not property. But if they only want to kill you and you're somewhere you have the right to be, like at your base, then you can shoot them. Of course, then you'd have castle doctrine anyway, meaning you can kill people who are robbing you or raiding you, so on and so forth. Also, if you shoot them and then their teammates, and the teammates weren't shooting back at you, straight back to murder. If they shoot first, of course you can shoot back, but are you fast enough to hit them first? That's pretty much the tagline of Sub Rosa. The plot of the game is backroom business with a side of insider trading. It makes sense fraud would play a major role in the game. So what constitutes fraud? Well, the legal definition of fraud is an intentional misrepresentation of material existing fact made by one person to another with knowledge of its falsity and for the purpose of inducing the other person to act and upon which the other person relies with resulting injury or damages. So a clean deal where no one loses is a legitimate purchase. As strange as it is to bring 40 people to buy one floppy disk, it's alright. But selling an empty case? That's fraud. You deceived the other company because they're expecting a disc. It's actually pretty hard to get a case of fraud and not murder in Sub Rosa, given that all the Krikens think it's GTA and not Sub Rosa. Most of the time it's not fraud, but plain old homicide. Alright, here's the best one yet. Buying a gun for your friend is 10 years in prison. That's right, straw sales, the act of buying a gun for someone else, is a felony. That person could be a criminal, you could be held hostage, who knows? So it's a crime to buy guns for someone else. Okay, this is the biggest one. Not by sentence, but by cases committed. When you buy a gun, you have to file a 4473 form. Really just your info and a background check. But if you don't file it, or file it incorrectly, and I haven't seen a single piece of paper in the entire game, it's a crime. The employer could have gotten them for you, but you're still buying guns, and if Goldman doesn't have an FFL with an automatic weapons endorsement, Papa Goldstein's going away for a long time. And even if they were in the house, it only shifts the issue one step farther. Now you might be thinking, Flippy, private sales don't need to be recorded. And you're right, but this isn't a private sale. You buy guns from the company. Even if it were a private sale, where'd the other person get the gun from? In California, you have to announce every transfer of weapons. But in New Mexico, there's no rules at all. But what state is the game set in anyway? No one knows. You might say, Nevada, there's a casino on the map. But there's lots of casinos throughout the Southwest. Wait, there's signs on Hondo Tunnel. Yes, the A2 is a road. It's a real road in England. And the E63 is a road in Finland. There aren't deserts in either country, so for the time being, Sub Rosa is set in a fake place. But none of this matters. There's no jails at all.